Welcome to The Explainer. We're diving right into our May 22nd update today because the Eagle Valley is going through, honestly, an unprecedented operational shift this week. The ripple effects are touching absolutely everything. We're looking at a massive systemic pivot, from the mountain peaks straight down to our municipal pipelines and highway corridors. The calendar's turning, sure, but the environmental reality on the ground, it's forcing our community to adapt faster than ever before. So let's look at the actual catalyst for all of this. March 31st. Let that sink in for a second. I really want to emphatically highlight this date because it's literally the trigger for everything we're about to discuss. March 31st marks the earliest complete snowpack meltdown in recorded history for the Colorado Rockies. I mean, we're facing a 41-year low in our snowpack. The environmental momentum has just completely pulled the emergency brake on our winter ecosystem, throwing our entire region into a really unpredictable, rapid spring runoff cycle. To unpack how this is impacting our daily lives, here's our operational briefing agenda for today's explainer. First, historic snowpack melt. Second, managing our water supply. Third, transit on the corridor. And fourth, community events and updates. Act 1. Historic snowpack melt. So the environmental trigger for our current operational status is the severe snowpack shortage. The physical environment is basically the ultimate leading indicator in our valley, right? The numbers dictate everything from local jobs to our broader regional economy. And there's a pretty stark contrast in how our local resorts are actually handling this ecological reality. Take Vail Mountain. They closed out with just 168 inches of snow, terminating their season on April 8th. Beaver Creek, they pulled the plug even earlier on March 29th, ending with a dismal 126 inches. They're completely closed to public skiing now, with crews desperately performing spring runoff and erosion control work on the mountains. But then you look at Copper Mountain. Sitting at 155 inches, they're tactically bucking the regional trend. They've actually extended their season, offering $49 lift tickets for their final week. It's just a brilliant illustration of how different operational models react to the exact same environmental stress. Act 2. Managing our water supply. Because when the snow vanishes in March, that missing water creates an immediate civic emergency right down here in the valley. The municipal response has to be incredibly swift, and it directly affects the daily routines of local property owners. The Eagle River Water and Sanitation District, along with local towns, has launched this Live Like a Local campaign, really targeting neighborhoods like Riverwalk and Homestead in the Edwards core. And the reason why is just staggering. 75% of outdoor water is entirely lost to evaporation and absorption. While our indoor water is treated and actually returned to local streams, traditional outdoor lawn irrigation is a massive, unrecoverable drain on a system that's already facing a historically early snowmelt. And the district isn't just asking nicely, they are enforcing change. The goal is hard set: reduce local water demand by 400 acre-feet by the end of the year. To get there, they're rolling out an equitable, usage-blind water rate structure. Basically, excessive outdoor watering is going to result in severe financial penalties, no matter the size of your property. The message is crystal clear. Property owners need to aggressively transition those traditional, thirsty lawns into Coloradoscape, native alpine vegetation that can actually survive our new environmental reality. Act 3. Transit on the corridor. This cascading effect definitely doesn't stop at our lawns. As we gear up for Memorial Day holiday travel, the pressure on our highways is seriously intensifying. We're dealing with the collision of high tourist volume and a really aggressive summer construction cycle. Before we jump into the alerts, I want to explicitly define our geographic protocols, because when you're behind the wheel, clarity is safety. When we say the pass, we are referring exclusively to Vail Pass from mile marker 180 to 195. When we say the canyon, we mean Glenwood Canyon, specifically between mile markers 116 and 133. Knowing exactly which bottleneck we're talking about is absolutely crucial for your commute. There are very specific restrictions contrasting these two major arteries. Over on the pass, the road is currently open and dry, but here's the catch: the Code 15 passenger vehicle traction law remains in permanent effect through May 31st. Your vehicle absolutely still needs appropriate tread, period. Plus, we're projecting a severe volume surge there over the holiday weekend. Meanwhile, over in the canyon, it's a totally different logistical nightmare. Operations are capped at 50% capacity due to a massive bridge joint reconstruction project. You're looking at single-lane reductions both east and westbound, and a strictly enforced 35-mile-per-hour speed limit. And the logistical friction continues outside our immediate valley. If you're traveling the broader I-70 corridor, you've got to be prepared. Up at Floyd Hill, expect 20-minute traffic holds for rock scaling and blasting between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Out west near Deer Trail, watch out for intermittent lane closures for ongoing bridge maintenance. And fundamentally, if you're driving an oversized vehicle or hauling a big RV setup, be aware of a strict 11-foot width restriction running 24/7 right through our construction zones. Make sure you plan those holiday departure times carefully, folks.
Act 4. Community events and updates. Now, despite the historic drought and all this transit friction, our local neighborhoods are finding incredible ways to connect, celebrate, and really support one another. We've got a fantastic roundup of local triumphs this week. To help drive holiday tourism, the Vail Comedy Festival is gearing up, bringing some much-needed laughter to the valley. In local sports, a massive congratulations goes out to gymnast Emily Green, who just secured a flawless, perfect 10 in her latest routine. Absolutely incredible. And in education, we're sending out huge cheers to the entire graduating class celebrating the Red Canyon High School commencement. It's such a proud moment for those students and their families.
I also want to shine a quick spotlight on an upcoming event that truly embodies our community spirit. Mark your calendars for Saturday, May 9th. The Eagle County Color Torch Run is happening at Freedom Park in the Edwards Core. It features 1 mile and 2.3 mile courses, and it's just a wonderful way to bring us all together to support Special Olympics Colorado. Get out there and show your support. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with something to really mull over. We've seen how the loss of our snowpack has triggered this massive, immediate ripple effect through our water systems, our highways, and our daily logistics. So, if a historic drought forces an instant pivot from winter sports to strict water conservation, how must our individual, daily routines evolve to protect the valley's future? The systems around us are changing rapidly. Our success depends entirely on how quickly we choose to adapt with them. Thank you so much for joining me for this deep dive. Keep asking the big questions, stay informed, and I'll catch you on the next one.